Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, the casualties that are happening from Gamergate right now is just amazing to witness, man. We are seeing the absolute destruction of some of the wokest people that you could possibly imagine who are trying to pass themselves off as gamers when we all know these are just activists, ladies and gentlemen. We say it time and time again until we're blue in the face, but we know it to be true. Danny Lalanders, who is a Marvel's Black Panther developer, who apparently, like I said in my last video, was ultra racist, mind you, and saying that she doesn't feel safe around white people and chose to hire only people of color for the game that she last worked on. Well, apparently now she's trying to explain her actions because she's essentially trying to double back from her statements.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Now, it's funny, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why they do this. They never can just stand by what they say, and here's the reason why. Their information that they get told is based on emotions. Thus, what they say is also based on emotions. So whenever they're feeling certain kind of emotions, namely anger, they're going to start saying some wild stuff that they truly believe. And then when they realize they went too far, they try to run it back a little bit. They try to say, oh, that's not what I meant. You're taking me out of context, even though a second grader can understand the context of what Danny Lalanders says, especially when she was being racist. So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it has a headline that reads, Marvel's Black Panther developer Danny Lalanders attempts to explain her race-based hiring discrimination against white people. Former Sweet Baby Inc. employee and current developer for Marvel's Black Panther, Danny Lalanders, claims that she did not discriminate against white people while developing her game Validate, despite previously claiming that she did. Of course, why would she not? I mean, ultimately, right? Like, these guys always do this. They do this. Either they double back and they try to pretend as if you're taking them out of context, or they just go completely private. They lock down their accounts, they block you, whatever the case may be, and they try to pretend like they never said it. One of the two. They can never stand by their statements. They can never stand by their beliefs because their beliefs are whatever they are told to believe at the time. If somebody from the left-wing media decided to say, hey, Trump is an amazing person, go support him, guess what all these NPCs would do? They would download their programming and they would go support Trump immediately if their overlords told them to. They don't have a brain of their own. It says Lalanders admitted that she discriminated against white people during a presentation for the Game Devs of Color Expo in 2021 that was recently highlighted by Libs of TikTok. In the presentation, Lalanders states Validate has a team of all people of color. We have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment. And I know that the best way for the environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me. And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. It is. Like, we literally have it in the previous paragraph, you retard. Like, I can't stand this girl because she is obviously one of those people that are just like, well, I'm not touching you. Even though she's poking you, I'm not touching you. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's right there. How could you not understand that? There's no misunderstanding this context. You literally are calling white people unsafe. And then it says, I'm saying sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something may be okay, but it was really a microaggression and no one wants to deal with that while you're trying to make a game that they love. Not only did Lalanders admit to discrimination, but she also said she was a racist while attempting to defend her former Sweet Baby Inc. employer. On March 7th, she wrote, I just stopped taking y'all seriously when y'all start running around saying white people can experience racism because I did not suffer through 2020 for y'all to act like you weren't an ally to BLM 4 years later. Posting that tired-ass screenshot of the Google definition of racism, I just don't care anymore, Lalanders concluded. So you don't actually want to know what racism is, the real definition of racism. You want to stand by what your own fan fiction version of racism is, which for you, I guess, is anybody that disagrees with you. That's what you would consider racism. And I wonder, like, what actual suffering did you go through in 2020? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't suffer at all. I'm pretty sure if somebody looks hard enough, they're probably going to find you at some BLM protest, looting a Target and stealing a TV, because God knows your ass can't afford it doing the job that you're doing right now. She then admitted to being a racist in response to Riley 1080, who wrote, haha, so being appropriately called racist is tiresome, huh? You could try not being racist. Lalandra's responded, yeah, I'm racist, so what now? Lalandra's later stated that if you believe you can be racist towards white people, that makes you racist. Lalandra's wrote, if you think you can be racist towards white people, you literally are. Racism and prejudice are not the same thing, etc., etc. We went over this already. She's a retard. Now Lalandra's is claiming that she did not discriminate against white people. She responded to the video clip by Libs of TikTok on X and wrote, okay, let's address this. In this video, I very clearly stated that the team for Validate is mostly people of color. No, that's not what you said. That's not. Time out. Time the fuck out. That is not what you said. Mostly people of color? No, bro. No, bro. You said all people. It's all people of color. Don't miss me with this mostly people of color nonsense. You said it's all people of color. And the reason you gave is because you said that's the only way that you can feel safe. Miss me with this fucking nonsense of trying to change history because you don't like the reaction you're getting right now. Stick to what you said originally. Because I wanted to have a team of people who reflected on the game we were working on. If you played Validate, you understand why this was important. Nah, you're full of shit, bro. As noted in the video, she says Validate has a team of all people of color. We have no white people on our team. So she's already contradicting herself just in her second sentence. Exactly. Thank you for catching that. Nevertheless, she continued, the video is a bit outdated. Recorded in the summer of 2021, Validate was released in September of 2022. From when this video was recorded to release, we had a few white developers join our team to help us with some music and audio needs. Oh, so you didn't mention that. In your entire rage bait, you didn't mention that. When you were talking on Twitter, attacking people and calling people racist, you didn't mention that. I find it hilarious that you chose to leave the white developers out of your mention. I wonder why you did that. Perhaps because you don't want to admit that you just couldn't complete the game without the help of some of those evil white people? Is that what it is? I could only imagine what those white people must have felt like working on your team. They must have just had to keep everything inside and pretend to be an ally to you and whatnot, and you probably made them kiss your feet every single day while you worked with them. It really must just be so tiring to be so racist all the time. Nowhere in this video did I say we don't hire white people or that I hate white people. She said, I very clearly said we wanted to have a team that reflected the values of the game we were making. And as lead, you picked the best possible people for the job. Miss me with that bullshit. You didn't say that. You didn't say about the team that reflected the values of the game. You said you don't hire white people because the best way for you to feel safe is for you to be surrounded by people that look just like you. That's what you said. And then on top of that, the way that you ended it, you said white people will give you microaggressions and you don't want to deal with that. So let's stop this bullshit. Next, she asserted in this case, the best people for the job were the people who understood the kind of game we were making. Developers working on a game full of queer characters who understand the importance of queerness in games that is realistic and respectful towards queer people. However, as noted in the video, Lalandra's made it very clear she made a conscious decision to exclude white people. Remember, she said, we have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment, and I know the best way for the environment, which is exactly what I said. Nevertheless, she continued, in the latter half of the video, I spoke about microaggressions in the workplace. If you are a person of color, you understand precisely what I meant. That being said, I'm very well aware that white people are not the only ones who can commit microaggressions in the workplace. Are you really, though? Are you really? Let's be real. You're not actually aware because you're not trying to be aware. Honestly, you're not trying to be aware. You want to create a space that is supremely black. That's what you want to do. Just sit down and fucking admit it and stop this whole bullshit about, oh, no, that's not what I meant. You're taking me out of context. No, bro. The context was very much clear. You made sure that the context was clear, and we heard you loud and clear. And I'm not even white, and I heard you loud and clear. So, again, miss me with this bullshit. Stick by what you say, and if you can't stick by what you say, then don't say it at all. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.